Chaves County Board of Commission meeting to order. Dick, would you do our pledge this morning?
Would you please join me in honoring our flag and our country? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sarah?
Would you join me as we go to the Lord? Heavenly Father, we thank you for the many blessings that you've given us this year. Lord, as we go through this holiday season, we ask blessings on those that are here, those that are not here with us. We also ask blessings and care for our law enforcement, all of those that will be out protecting us daily. Lord, we ask for miracles. We know that you can do that. We ask for the hostages to come home. They need to come home for Hanukkah to celebrate. Lord, thank you for this wonderful season, this holiday season. Lord, let us have open ears to hear, open hearts to hear. Let us do what needs to be done for the citizens of Chaves County in this great state. And to God be the glory. Amen.
Amen.
Cindy, do we have a quorum?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Yes, sir.
Oh, no, thank you. Didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Her koozies not working either.
Approval of the agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move we approve the agenda.
Need a second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Taylor for approval of agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve minutes from November 14th, 2024.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Ezell for the approval of minutes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Bill?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, we're doing our longevity pins this morning. That's why we have such a full house. We have a lot of really good employees here. If it's acceptable to you, I'll read off the awards, and if we can get the people that are getting the awards to just kind of line up here, and then when everybody is spoken for, then we'll get you to walk up front and get a picture with the commissioners, and then you can go down and we'll go to the next group if that works out well for everyone. So. That's right. So, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, these are our 5-year pins in grateful recognition and appreciation for 5 years of outstanding service and dedication to Chaves County. We have Luis Jaramillo. We have Christian Mendoza. Melissa Brink is with us 5 years now. Jennifer Salazar is also 5 years now. We also have 5-year service for Raul Ramos. Also from the SO, Isaac Nava. Nathaniel de la Cerda. Benjamin Conklin. And from our wonderful road department, we have Mr. Danny Rice. That's all our 5-year recipients.
Down there?
Yeah, employees down here.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Very good. That works.
Squishy, squishy. Act like you like each other. Hugs and kisses.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And one of the things you're going to notice as the years go on, there's even more people. So that's a real
Yes.
testament to Chaves County and how we retain our employees and the good things we do. So for the 10-year recipients, in recognition and appreciation for 10 years of outstanding service, we have Walter Sutherland. Pedro Silvas. Joshua Martinez. Jerome Palmer. Jacob Sanchez. And our great clerk, Cindy Fuller. Do you want them to line up in the front again? Okay. All right.
She took the shortcut.
Feel protected?
All right. Feels like an election, huh?
Okay, moving on to the 15-year service pins. James Kreider. Letty Madrid. Letty. Raymond Romero. And Cassie Hill. Moving on to the 20-year pins for 20 years of service with Chaves County. Patrick Farr. Pablo Serrano. I know I saw him. Larry Freeland. Jose Rivera. Jesus Alvarez. And Benino Carrillo. Believe it or not, those are all 20 years with Chaves County. Great job, y'all. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, we have one employee this year that has 25 years with Chaves County, and that's Janet Garcia.
All right.
Janet, you come up here.
Yeah.
She started when she's 11.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, we also have some people retiring after many years. The first one of those is Angelo Gurley.
Wherever you want. Just jump in.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I'd like to also point out that Angelo, although he's leaving Chaves County, he has taken a job with New Mexico counties. He's going to be the safety guru for our entire 33 counties, and he's done a great job for us. I know he'll do a great job for them. Thank you, Angelo. Another young lady who's retiring is Gloria Tucker. She come. There she is. We're going to miss Gloria. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, we have a couple other plaques, but I think you guys probably prefer to sit down and then get back up to these ones.
Yes, sir.
We have some proclamations to go along with these final three plaques, and do you want to just start there on the end, Commissioner Taylor? Would you like to do the first one?
Proclamation. Charlotte Andrade Gurley Day. Whereas Miss Andrade Gurley has worked in various positions for Chaves County for the past 23 years. And whereas during her tenure in the Treasurer's Office, Charlotte trained as a Chief Deputy Treasurer and then was elected as the Chaves County Treasurer, holding the office for 2 terms. And whereas the Chaves County Treasurer's Office has maintained a high percentage of property tax collection with the current 3-year average at 98.14%. And whereas during her tenure, Ms. Andrade Gurley served as the chairperson of the Treasurer's Affiliate. And whereas the Chaves County Board of Commissioners recognizes Ms. Andrade Gurley's accomplishments and contributions and thanks her for her dedicated service to the citizens of Chaves County. Now therefore, the Chaves County Board of Commissioners hereby proclaim Thursday, December 19th, 2024, as Charlotte Andrade Gurley Day in Chaves County, done this 19th day of December 2024 by the Board of Chaves County Commissioners. Charlotte, would you please come up?
Okay.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Okay.
And I'll even give it back to you. Actually, can I have my husband come up here with me?
I guess so.
He's taking a selfie now.
All right. Yeah, you tasked him to take pictures. All right.
Thank you, Charlotte. We think you've a job well done.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mr. Chairman, if it's all right, at this time, I believe Commissioner Dana has a proclamation to read as well.
All right. Let's see here. Mr. Chairman and those in the audience, thank you very much for being here. Calder Ezell Day. Whereas Commissioner Calder Ezell is completing his 8th year of service on the Chaves County Board of Commissioners, and whereas Commissioner Ezell has been instrumental in shaping the future of Chaves County, and whereas Commissioner Ezell was involved in numerous initiatives, including fighting the listing of the Dunes sagebrush lizard, the lesser prairie chicken, and upholding agricultural values and supporting agricultural initiatives. And whereas Commissioner Ezell has always been a strong supporter of the Chaves County Agricultural Youth Fair and the Eastern New Mexico State Fair, and whereas the Chaves County Board of Commissioners recognizes all of Commissioner Ezell's accomplishments and thanks him for all of his hard work. Now therefore, the Chaves County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim December 19th, 2024 as Calder Ezell Day in Chaves County, done this 19th day of December 2024. Yay!
What are you laughing at?
There you go, sir. Drinks on him.
Thank you for your dedicated service, Calder. We're going to really miss you. And I believe you have something you'd like to read now.
In the paybacks are hell department,
All right.
Jeff Bilberry Day. Whereas Commissioner Jeff Bilberry is completing his 8th year of service at the Chaves County Board of County Commissioners. I noticed we didn't get 5-year pins. And whereas Commissioner Bilberry has been instrumental in shaping the future of Chaves County, and whereas Commissioner Bilberry was involved in numerous initiatives, including exposing government overreach as found in the 30 by 30 land grab, the Lincoln National Forest Management Plan, and the Muleshoe National Wildlife Refuge Land Acquisition Plan. And whereas Commissioner Bilberry's presence on the New Mexico Cattle Growers Board has made Chaves County's voice be heard by state and federal governments on topics such as private property rights, endangered species, water issues, and renewable energy. And whereas the Chaves County Board of Commissioners recognizes all of Commissioner Bilberry's accomplishments and thank him for all of his hard work. Now, therefore, the Chaves County Board of Commissioners do hereby proclaim December 19, 2024 as Jeff Bilberry Day in Chaves County, done this 19th day of December, 2024.
I gotta stand in the middle?
Yep.
In the middle, Jeff.
Hold that.
All right.
There you go.
Y'all are too quiet.
And I have an additional presentation for Chairman Bilberry. You may or may not know that he was named Stockman of the Year by the New Mexico Cattle Growers and is now a cover boy.
Yes.
So at great personal expense,
All right.
I tore the cover off my copy of the magazine and put it in a cheap frame for him, along with the ad that I had placed in that same issue. Congratulations to the top cowboy, dedicated public servant, protector of property rights, and second best looking Chaves County Commissioner.
Wait. You said second.
Thank you. Well, I don't have to, I never say a lot, so I don't. Thank you. It's been quite an honor.
Mr. Chairman, or should I say Marlboro Man?
All right.
I think this concludes our entertainment portion of our agenda,
Entertainment portion of this meeting,
and
yeah.
we're ready for you to move ahead.
Okay, thank everyone for being here. Congratulations to all the Chaves County employees for your longevity that you're here in the service. When I first came on the commission, I didn't realize all the moving parts of the county, and you guys are the people that make this county move, and I'm very thankful to have you on board and thank you for what you do. So congratulations to those that have served our county well. And so with that, we're going to move on to an agenda item with, not agenda item, but I lost my presentations, there it is. So, Brian, where are you at? Sorry about that, Bill. I lost that piece of paper. Yeah, I've got it.
Morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. I had my presentation on a thumb drive, but had technical difficulties, so if you'd like to follow along in the booklet, I'll get started. This is the 2024 annual report for the Chaves County Flood Commission. I'm going to read the letter that I wrote this year. This year was unique in many ways for the Flood Commission. Historic rainfall, breaking a 123-year-old record, caused severe flooding across the region. On October 19th, the Roswell Air Center recorded an astonishing 5.72 inches of rain, while many areas reported over 7 inches, according to the National Weather Service. The storm caused widespread flooding from Roswell to Dexter and southward to the Felice River area. Based on recorded rainfall at the Air Center, the event qualifies as a 500-year storm. And I'm going to get into what that means a little more later. In areas with over 7 inches of rain, the totals significantly exceed the threshold for a 1,000-year storm. Infrastructure repairs are already underway, including work on the 2 diversion berms located on the Brown Brothers Ranch west of the Air Center. Progress is also being made out on the Macho Draw at the Corn Ranch Emergency Watershed Protection Program grant with the NRCS. The gabion armoring of the channel sides is nearing completion. to be followed by the reinstallation of some concrete sills perpendicular to the channel and placement of the Reno mattresses along the bottom. Weather permitting, this project should wrap up this spring. The Hondo River also experienced some runoff this year from Burns Car flooding in Ruidoso. This runoff transported debris, including sandy soil and ash, from the fires through Roswell and into the Pecos. Most of the large debris was trapped behind Diamond A at the Two Rivers Reservoir. We got a lot of the fine silt passed through and leading to some significant sediment buildup in the Hondo, especially under the bridges. And we had mostly finished that cleanup a couple weeks before the big flood hit. So back to the drawing board. The historic rainfall and resulting flooding have presented significant challenges to our community, but the Flood Commission remains committed to addressing these issues. Repairs to critical infrastructure are progressing as planned, and we're working diligently to mitigate future flood risks. The following is just a short list of some of the things we do, take care of, maintain. I'll read a few of them. We maintain retention ponds at East Hobbs and South Main, the Cahoon Retention Pond, the Summit Drainage Channel, the drainage channel along Hobson, call that one the spur drain. 13 Mile Dam, Greenfield Dam, and Peters Lake are big ones that we maintain. And the Zuber outlet channel, and that channel carries runoff from the 3 dams down to the Felice River. Some of the projects we worked on this year was some spreader dikes and some channel stabilization out on the Zuby Draw. This is one of the places that everything we did recently and the past 25 years washed away during the flood. We did maintenance on all 3 of the Zuber dams, 13 Mile, Peters Lake, and Greenfield Dam. Those repairs were completed shortly before the big flood, so we'll get back out there as soon as possible. We've got drone footage of all 3 of those dams, and we're hoping to partner with the NRCS to get them fixed. We did a little work to help the Hagerman Canal with some bank stabilization at an old pressure relief near Lincoln Road. That'll also need to be redone. Moving on to Salt Creek. Experienced another big storm this year, besides the big one on October 19th, and we've been out there trying to help a couple of those farmers to fix some of that damage. And again, the Corn Ranch emergency watershed protection's moving along. And we did some bank stabilization to help keep the Pecos River in its banks out north. The next page is just kind of a list of our employees, and we couldn't do it without them. There's a lot of experience over there, and those guys are dedicated and good at what they do. Next, I have a graph that would have looked great up there, but it just shows how we got most of our rain in 3 hours this year. Okay, the National Weather Service did a summary of the flash flood impacts for Roswell, and so I'll read that. During October 18th to the 21st, 2024, a strong storm system developed over Arizona, providing a deep and moist southerly jet stream. This jet stream pattern from the storm system supported increasing moisture that approached the 99th percentile of climatology for October 19th, 2024. The depth of southerly winds meant that the storm could train or repeatedly move over the same areas. Thunderstorms started to develop southwest and west of Roswell, moving north to northeast from 5 to 6 p.m. Mountain Time, with storms impacting areas north of Roswell along US 285. By 7 p.m., storms moved into Roswell proper with very heavy rainfall occurring. Storms repeatedly ran through Roswell from 7 to 11 p.m. Mountain Time, and then activity began to wane between 11 p.m. and 12 a.m. The Roswell Airport recorded 5.79 inches. There was a maximum of 7.4 inches recorded. Most areas got at least 3 to 4 inches over the storm. Okay, I'm going to skip over to the Chaves County River flooding. Along with the overland flooding observed in the Roswell and surrounding communities, flood impacts were exacerbated by extreme flows through the local rivers. Analysis of the river flooding is complicated by the fact that the flooding was so fast and severe, the Pecos River gauge at Acme lost service after showing an initial rise, and the Rio Feliz gauge at Hagerman was destroyed completely. And I went down there and you can't even tell where it was anymore. As seen in the first hydrograph, a couple pages down from here, the Acme gauge had been restored to service, though any crest information was lost in the outage. The Pecos River gauge at Lake Arthur is more telling. There we see a crest of about 20 and a quarter feet, making this the fourth highest crest at that location since the gauge was installed in 1938. Due to the terrain in this region, the rivers can rise sharply in response to rainfall events, but drain slowly, as shown on the Lake Arthur hydrograph. This behavior extends the time frame for potential impacts. While the flooding on the Pecos is dramatic, the flooding impacts from its tributaries was arguably more severe. The Spring River, a tributary that runs through downtown Roswell, overflowed and made significant contributions to the flood damage in the city. The Rio Feliz also saw dramatic flooding as it made its way through Hagerman. The Hagerman Fire Department reported numerous homes flooded and multiple water rescues. Serious damage was done to the bridges in the area that crossed the Rio Feliz, particularly the bridge on 285 and Highway 2. As of 10/24/2024, the bridge on 285 was still closed and undergoing repairs. It's obviously open on one side now. This is another area that the NWS survey team will be visiting to assess flows and high water marks. The next page here just kind of shows you how many square miles that storm covered, and it's huge, and it just sat there for 3 hours. The next one's similar. This community mapping system page here shows the amount of rain that fell in Roswell. Was a little bit more than was actually recorded out at the air base. So these are just screenshots of the river gauges showing where they lost communication due to the violent rise of the floodwaters there. This next page is the gauge above Lake Arthur that shows that record peak there. I included this because I personally think the way they classify storms is pretty confusing. So, understanding rain event classification. Rain events are classified by their recurrence interval, which is a statistical measure based on historical rainfall data. Terms like a 100-year storm or 500-year storm describe the likelihood of a storm of a certain intensity and duration occurring during any given year. And here's what this means. A 100-year storm is an event that has a 1% chance of occurring in any given year. It doesn't mean that such storms happen every 100 years. A 500-year storm, for example, has a 0.2% chance of occurring in any year. So, God forbid, we could get 500-year storm every year. These intervals are determined using historical data. Rainfall over many years, often decades to centuries, is analyzed. Intensity, duration, frequency curves. Engineers and hydrologists use these IDF curves, which relate to rainfall intensity, the amount of rain, to its duration and frequency, to classify events. They use statistical models. The data is fitted to statistical models like the log Pearson type 3 distribution to estimate the likelihood of extreme rainfall events. A misunderstanding is it's not a prediction. A 100-year storm could happen multiple times in a short period or not at all. The term describes probability, not a schedule. And local variability, the classification depends on geography. What qualifies as a 100-year storm in one area may not be the same for another. And I went up in a helicopter the day after the flood, and the following are a few pictures of that, and also some other projects that flood control did. The first shows how bad the flooding in Dexter was. This next one, the Diversion 3 berm, is showing a couple of the sections where the top of the berm washed off. But as you can see, it wasn't a total breach. Diversion 3 berm showing the emergency spillway flow. That'd be on the bottom left of your picture. It shows where the water went out and around on the emergency spillway. It also went around the south end, as well as over the whole thing. Another picture of the same diversion. The following picture is the water behind Diamond A Reservoir out at Two Rivers. And the next one, Rocky Dam out at the Two Rivers also. No spillway flow out there, no damage whatsoever. One thing I didn't get to include a picture of was the old Hondo Reservoir filled up significantly and all went into the ground, I'm assuming. Here's a picture of State Highway 2 after the flood. You can see on the lower right of that picture, there's a truck trying to get through right there. I don't know if he made it or not. Next picture's one of the spots. The Hagerman Canal took damage all up and down the valley, but this is one of the spots, and you can see on the bottom right of that picture the breach in the canal wall there. Following picture is the Hagerman Canal where it goes underneath the Felice River. At one point, the Felice River got half a mile wide down there. Following picture is the Felice River at 285. I'm just going to kind of blow through these. And then the Felice River looking east, again from 285. And then we have the Felice River at the Cherokee Low Water Crossing. This is right above Pierre Road, looking east toward the Orchard Park area. The following are going to be pictures of the dams. This is Greenfield Dam. As you can see in the bottom left picture, the water got right up to the top of the emergency spillway, but it didn't actually go out of this one. So the only repairs we're going to have out there is probably sediment removal and some minor erosion in the plunge pool. Peters Lake Dam was a different story. This was 12 plus hours after the flood, and as you can see, the reservoir is still completely full. The emergency spillway is still flowing, and there's just a ton of water. there'd be some extensive damage down there. We should be partnering with the NRCS to make repairs on Peters Lake. This little patch job we did out on a dam to save the culverts going through. Okay, out the Corn Ranch Emergency Watershed Project. This is a before picture. This is parked on Eden Valley Road, looking north up the channel. There's some project pictures from the EWP. As you can see, the earthwork was well underway, and the bottom of the channel had been graded and put back into shape, and the old broken concrete sills had been removed. That was back in July. And here's some current pictures, so you can see the gabion armoring of the channel sides going in and moving along. They're almost 100% complete with the sides now, and I hope to be finished with the bottom and wrapping things up this spring. Here's the Berendo River at the Sycamore Low Water Crossing. This was from one of the other runs earlier in the year. And here's some burn scar runoff. You can see from the color that's full of ash from the Ruidoso fires. And this is just a picture of a spreader dike that we repaired out on the Thunderhead Ranch. And that is basically all I've got, and I'll stand for any questions.
Thank you, Brian. Anyone have any questions? You've been busy.
Very good report.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very good report.
I guess we know what you'll be doing for the next couple months, huh?
Years.
Yes, sir.
Years. Brian, thank you very much. Thank you for all your information and your hard work.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Briscoe. There you are.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. So I don't got such a pretty report like that, but. Okay. So our current count is 319. Our count's been super high. We were under the 300 threshold for a little bit, but we're back over 300 now. That's not including the 6 juveniles we have. Staffing numbers, they're maintaining. We kind of plateaued, but we're working on some different options and some different ways to do some more recruitment to meet our goal. Projects around the facility are going great. Our fence upgrades, we've installed about 95% of our razor wire that we have. We only have another little stretch to put up. Our gates are awesome. They're made of climb-proof material. You can't pull them away. So our exterior security of the jail is tremendously been increased. Thank you for all of that. It looks like a jail now, not a building. The lighting, outside lighting, we replaced our outside lighting with LEDs. Maintenance did a great job. We have a couple bugs to work out on some of the light poles, but the new LED lighting, it sure gave us a better view of the place at night, as well as we can also see with our camera systems outside too. Our camera projects for the outside is still undergoing, and we've ordered stuff's being shipped into the APEC right now for that project. The pods, we've been upgrading some of our pods with plumbing, lighting, exterior door locks. What that did is it really gave us a more safer unit, safer for the other inmates as well as my staff. The inmates ain't liking it too much, but that's okay. The upgrades for this year, just as a recap, our body scanner, our key watcher system, new transport vehicles, our dormitory remodels, our LED lighting, our new training facility that we built, our Milo system, our fence, our upgrades. All of that has tremendously brought us up to the next level, and we're still a little behind, but we're dang sure on the way to being where we need to be. With all that being said, thank you guys for backing us at the detention center with all those projects. And honestly, if it wasn't for my staff, all these projects wouldn't have mattered. So the big thank you actually goes to my staff. It's the boots on the grounds that really make that place turn and make it a safe place. All these are just tools on their tool belt, and thank you guys for giving them the tools that they needed. But my staff are excellent, and they're doing a great job. Other than that, that's all I got. Any questions?
Any questions? Comments?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ms. Briscoe.
Thank you.
Sheriff Harrington, you're on the spot. In the light, dude.
So first, I just want to say good morning and thank you, Commissioner, and all of you commissioners. And those of you who are going out, we're going to miss you, and we just know that those that are coming in are going to do a great job. And all I ask is that Chaves County continues to work with each one of the agencies that are here in Chaves County. And I truly believe right now we have one of the best counties in New Mexico, and we have the best sheriff department in New Mexico. I can guarantee you that. So, but none of that can be done without you guys, and I'm just so thankful for everything that you've done for us. And hopefully this next year will be less rain at one time. And I got to experience some crazy stuff during that flood that it just was a big old PTSD moment when he was up here talking just a minute ago. Because we know how many people in Chaves County were affected, but because of each one of you and the other groups here in Chaves County, a lot of those people are making it through. They see the light at the end of the tunnel, and we're just thankful for you. But I just don't know. I just don't know what the future brings for some of those people, and we just pray for it. So, but for me, as the sheriff of Chaves County, my staff is fantastic. We are 4 people down. We hope to be 3 here very quickly, and each day we're getting applications. We're going to fill those positions, and I want to thank you for the raises that you gave to the deputies. That helps put me back on the map of being a place people want to apply, because it's hard to compete with some of these other agencies that are making $50 an hour. But people want to work here. We are lucky that we have Chaves County residents that want to make a difference in Chaves County, and they apply with us, and we get local people as police officers in our area, which really is significant in reducing crime because they care. So we've got a great group, and I just want to thank you for everything that you've done for them, and I'm going to be coming to you asking for more. You know, that's just one of the things that we've got to do. We've got to get up there with the competing agencies, but we also need to make sure my guys are protected and get the best of the equipment that is out there. So thank you for what you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Any questions?
Thank you.
All right.
I got a question, Mike.
Yep.
I know you've been out with some surgeries. Have you had your first foot pursuit yet?
Nope. I'm ready to go, man. Both knees, toe replacements. So
man.
It's amazing. 1 week, 1 month ago.
Wow.
So for this one, and it's amazing.
Good job.
I'm ready. Anybody want to volunteer for the first butt kicking?
I might be able to outrun you today.
I don't know. I got guys that I say sick of.
Hannah, you know,
Good morning, Chairman, Commissioners. Were you able to put it up or no? Yeah. We're going to try and put up the report that you got this morning. So since we're entering mid-year, we thought that we'd go ahead and provide you a little update on some of the construction projects that you've approved throughout this year. To point out a few of them, I'll start with the Roswell Marketplace, which is identified as the Cultural Plaza. So we did have a bid opening back in October of 2024, but unfortunately we didn't receive any bids. So we plan to get together, get a revised schedule, get with the architect, and plan to rebid in January of 2025. We have had a couple of conversations or emails after the bid opening of interested parties or contractors, but what it was they needed more time. They needed to secure their subcontractors and work out those little details. So we do plan to reopen that, and we will rebid in January of 2025. The St. Mary's Cooperative Extension Building, we do have an agreement executed, and we plan to start that project in February of 2025. The Public Health Office building, I don't know if you've drove by yet. I haven't yet, but I know that fences are up and that they are mobilizing and staging the area, and we are receiving submittals for review. So Alex is working on all of that. The fire alarm replacement for the Roswell Joy Center, we do have the materials on site. We did pay a partial invoice for those stored materials. We are just pending a installation date from the contractor on that one. And anything else I want to point out? The ceiling project is pending a construction start date, so we are working towards that as well. And I'll stand for any questions on any of the other projects that you might have.
Any questions? Comments?
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
that wasn't that hard. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna.
Alex, did you have anything that you need to talk about? Okay. Chuck Schmidt, I know you're here too, and I know you got some things you need to talk to us about. Do you want to go ahead and do that? Talk to us about that acquisition now, or do you want to wait, or?
Caught you off guard.
I'm sorry, I caught you off guard. I did that on purpose.
Good morning. Chuck Schmidt with the Bureau of Land Management here in Roswell. Glad to be here this morning. Was not quite prepared to discuss that particular one,
Okay, I
but
wasn't
I
for
am
sure.
happy to do so and actually pretty excited to present.
Okay.
So, but I don't have any presentation materials with me. But we did draft a letter we were going to present to the Chaves County Land Use Advisory Committee. But since it got canceled, I believe it got hand-delivered and should have made its way to you as commissioners. And so for the folks in the audience behind me and those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, we've been working for several years, and it looks very positive that we're going to get a land acquisition completed, I'm hoping within the next 2 months. And what it is, it's a parcel of land just adjacent to US Highway 380 where you cross the Pecos River. Some private lands right down there, and it connects BLM property that's up on top of Comanche Hill to BLM property down in the Pecos River floodplain. Also adjoins Bitter Lakes National Wildlife Refuge. And the reason we're excited about it and been working so hard at it is, from my perspective, we're kind of starved in this region for outdoor recreation. And we really think this is presenting a heck of an opportunity to work with our partners, Chaves County being very high on that list. New Mexico Department of Game and Fish would also be one, and there's others. We've coordinated quite a bit with the local Chaves Water and Conservation District. And so we're looking for future partners, but with this parcel of land, the potential for creating a public fishery and a place for folks to go, connect some trails that take you back up on top of Comanche Hill, and you guys have all driven down 380, but as you get up and start working your way north, there's some outstanding views and scenery up there that we're really pretty excited about the recreation potential with this acquisition. So with that, if the planets all line up, it's been through the appraisal process. I do have funding in place. It looks pretty positive that we'd be adding that to our portfolio here within probably 2 months. So I do stand for questions on that.
Anyone have any questions? This is 208, is it?
240.
248. Commissioner Perry.
Do you have any other of these land acquisitions on the horizon?
Currently, no. This would be the only one. We had some identified we're working on in Lincoln County, but those have not proved out. And primarily, we've been working with the state land office and looking at some exchanges, but even at this point, there's nothing really in the works.
What's the project with the state land?
That was an exchange up near Fort Stanton, Snowy River Cave National Conservation Area in Lincoln County.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
You're gonna sell 200 acres of land to get it back in our tax base?
Commissioner Ezell, I would love to tell you, yeah. We've got identified parcels in a very old plan. The complicator was selling.
I remember it well.
Yeah, and I remember those conversations well myself. And I'm very familiar with the county land use plan. And so the complicator is I can't just put something on the market and sell it. And the costs that, thank you very much, the costs that come along are have to be borne locally. And oftentimes, the only way to proceed is to pass those costs on to the proponent. So in effect, you end up almost paying double what the land is valued at to get these things done. So I would love to continue the conversation. Since I'm talking to the leadership of Chaves County, we do have opportunities out there with our what we call the RMPP process, to where we can, if you got a place you want to put a firehouse, if you got a place you want to put a substation for law enforcement, those opportunities are there, and so happy to work with you on that. But as far as selling public lands managed by my agency, it is a complicated process that's very costly and time consuming. So I don't want to lead into these false hopes. There's places that I think it makes sense to approach that, and perhaps we should.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chuck. I know we have an agenda item further down that, on some roads. Do you want to address any of that now? I know you're busy, or can you wait?
You know, I'm okay with waiting.
Okay.
I do want to introduce Amanda Evanson. She's my assistant field manager on the resources side. And so she's going to go take care of the meeting that's going to be starting here directly. But
okay.
She is one that you guys will be working with in the future. And we've got some good ideas, but we very much want to bring the county to the table and help us figure out what we're doing with this parcel of land and be a partner with you. So,
okay. Thank you, Chuck.
So I'll stick around. Thank you.
Call you up here in a little bit. Thank you, man. Tamara, I see you hiding over there.
I was trying to hide in the front row. I know.
Well, I know, I couldn't hardly see you from, really, I couldn't see you.
Score. Good morning. So it has been a very busy 2024, and we're looking forward to 2025. So our extension clubs will be kicking off their 2025 trainings in February. We are trying to partner with Scrapbooks and More off of Main Street, so for some programming on that. Drew is still taking Master Gardener applications, so they have a new cohort starting mid-January, so they're accepting applications at least through the end of the year. So if anybody is interested in the Master Gardener program, now's the time to jump in on that. The admins in the office have all the applications and the information on those. We will start a new round of Prevent Type 2 Diabetes training. So that is a year-long class that we offer for free for anybody who's at risk for diabetes. So we finished out this round of 2024 with 8 participants. And we had several of those participants that were able to drop below the pre-diabetes range and get out of that kind of diagnosis. So we were happy to hear that, and we've doubled the amount of registrants right now for 2025. But that first class is going to start on January 14th. And so if anybody's interested in joining us for that in 2025, now's the time to get signed up for that as well. And then the state did approve funding for the Kitchen Creations program to come back in 2025. So that is a diabetes cooking school. It's a 4-week class, and that's going to be kicking off in March. So I'm going to let Katie cover the 4-H side.
Good morning, commissioners, and the big crew that we had today. So in the 4-H world, we were celebrating just like you guys got to celebrate this morning. We had a wonderful awards program. I know you'll get to see our numbers later, but just a few to share with you right now. At the end of our fiscal year, we ended with about 320 youth members, 90 volunteers, 30 project leaders, and 24 youth that had perfect attendance to every single 4-H club meeting. There are a lot of things for kids to do these days. Soccer, baseball, Boy Scouts, there's everything in the world, and they still choose to be with us. And that's incredible to me. We just elected 9 more youth to our leadership team that we will start training them, and hopefully we will get to bring them to see you and visit with you guys. But they have just done so much, and I am just impressed. I'm still very new to this county, but between 4-H, the extension side, and the craziness of this flood, I have seen this county come together and be a strong community like I have never seen anything before. I've been in the extension world, both in New Mexico and in Texas, as part of my training, but there's nothing that compares to Chavez County. So thank you, commissioners, for that, and thank you to our community. That's incredible. You can't make that. There's no training, there's no book you can read. That's just something that's grown here in Chavez County. The other exciting thing I want to share with you is that down in Hagerman, starting in January, we will be having 4-H Fridays at the middle school. So that is very exciting for Tamara and I, and hope to get into more school systems as we can manage that sustainably. But otherwise, that's all I have for you this month. Thank you, and Merry Christmas from my family to yours.
Thank you. Anyone have any questions for these girls? Thank you very much. Joe, did you have anything you want to? I couldn't resist it. You're sitting over too quiet. Okay. Mike Espiritu.
Well, good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. It's good morning. Good morning. A lot of wonderful things. Great folks working for this county. Just a couple quick updates. The Reno Air Races, I think you heard of those. I just attended the International Council of Air Shows conference last week, and during that event, they announced that the Thunderbirds will be here in 26, which is pretty cool for the biggest show and the second show here. In 25, in September, race week is the 10th through the 14th of September. I understand our hotel rooms are all gone here in Roswell, and we expect a pretty good sized crowd. They are still working on some military demo acts as well, but they'll still have a full race schedule, all 7 classes. Last year, the last race, they didn't have all 7. The biplane class didn't participate, but this first year we'll see all of them, which is going to be pretty exciting. The Pylon Recertification School, you've heard me call it PRS, and I've called it probably some other things, but it's PRS, is in May still, and we'll see every pilot here to certify on this course with FAA, because they have to be certified before they can race in September, and that's the dates on that are 18th through the 23rd of May. In January, just next month, the annual class president's meeting will be here in Roswell. And why is that important? Because those pilots are bringing about a dozen airplanes, and they're going to fly the course to validate the course with the FAA. So we'll see some activity here, and I'll get you some more information on that should you like to participate. It's not a spectator event, but I think you would like to probably see some of that stuff, and you'll see some airplanes flying around. We've had monthly visits by the Rah-Rah folks, and with the floods in October, delayed their arrival. And what we did see though was more activity than ever, with meetings with the FAA and TSA all going extremely well. We don't see any hiccups in that regard, which I think is really important. Met with them again with the Rah-Rah folks at the show last week. And the FAA continues to express that things are going very well for their part of it to ensure that we have a good race next year. Recently, I had held an online meeting with all the regional chambers of commerces and economic developers, and we talked about a lot of different things, but more importantly, how they can still be part of the economics as well, supporting to this activity. We know we can't do it all in Chavez County. We don't have all the hotel rooms. but we also have opportunities for many people and businesses to participate. And the list is endless, it seems, of all the opportunities for people to really do well, and even those that may want to start new businesses. So we are actively taking requests or thoughts on how people can be involved at the EDC, and we are transferring that to the RAW folks so they can begin those transition points as they need to very soon. Next month in January, we'll probably have a town hall of sorts, maybe more than one, to talk about a couple of these different things that are needed. One, especially food and beverage, because that's a big part of the event. The volunteers that'll be needed. And there's a whole variety of volunteers. If you saw the Roswell Daily Records news article Sunday before last, it talked about the volunteers. They use about 1,200 volunteers. A big part of what the organization is comprised of to make things happen, from security to food to vendor booths to parking. I mean, it's all kinds of stuff. So we intend on having a town hall to talk about some of that stuff with the RAW folks. RAW is looking to hire a couple of people here in town so they can get the word out and start working on some of those issues, which I think are good. I think is really good. They'll train them in, obviously, with their folks up in Reno, and we'll have a presence here in our community to kind of help work through some of these issues. I'm going to be back on the road again talking to communities and giving updates on where we're at with the process, but so far right now everything looks really good, very promising. Don't see any hiccups in the areas that you would have anticipated. A quick update on BuiltWise. BuiltWise is a system-built manufacturing of homes at the old bus plant. And if you recall, what we did earlier in the year was work the sale of the building and work the sale of the land. I was at the plant a few weeks ago and met the new plant manager here, who tells me they were just waiting on the FAA to release that land so they can close out the sale of the building purchase and the land purchase. So I don't know if you've met Bobby Thompson. You may have with RAW. She's the interim airport director now here at the Air Center. Her contact with the FAA on that land release, it appears that it's now progressing, which is very good, because that was the holdup for them to finalize the purchase of both the land and the buildings, so they can expand and the operations in the old bus plant. So when I was out there a few weeks ago talking with the new plant manager, he said to me, we're still building. We can't build as many as we want to. We can't hire enough people until we actually acquire the building, because we need to modify the building to accommodate the equipment and the space to build more of these homes. So we're at it with this land release, as the FAA has now they've pretty much contingency approved it based upon the Federal Register, required for 30 days. We anticipate that'll be done sometime either the end of end of December or maybe really early January. So the company can close on the land and the building probably late January, early February. So that's good. They do still have a number of employees out there and seeking more. And so if you know of anyone out there that would like to be part of that opportunity or with RAW, please let me know. We'll be happy to help them get those staffing needs going. The last thing real quick is we did testify on behalf of with AirSail for a JTIP, Job Training Incentive Program application, and which they are approved. And so it's about another 35 plus jobs right here in Chaves County, and we're pretty excited about that. They have good wages, and they also have some trainees involved in that mix too. So we're still actively involving ourselves with other opportunities, because the clock still ticks and we still need to bring more opportunity to Chaves County. So we do have some other projects we're working on. I can't speak a whole lot to you yet because they're very preliminary, but as we get closer, hopefully, knock on wood, we can see some great fruition and create more jobs in Chaves County. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Mr. Chairman and Commissioner Zell, thank you so much for what you do, all of you. You'll be sorely missed. What you do for this county has been exceptional. We look forward to the new wave of commissioners, so we continue our partnership to do great things for the people that live here. Because I think without that partnership, we can't be successful. So we appreciate all of that, all you've done. And lastly, Merry Christmas to your family as well. And if you need anything from us, please always, you know how to get a hold of me, especially Commissioner Zell. You know, I remember, I was going to say this, but, you know, I remember a time when you called me, almost 2 years ago now. You said, Mike, have you heard about the Reno Air Races? I said, yes, I have. And if you remember that conversation, we were at the very beginning of where we're at today. And it's because of your support that we're able to be where we're at and getting this great opportunity to really boost the economics of this great county. Mr. Chairman, I stand for any questions.
Any questions for Mike?
Mike, I just want to say thank you for all your hard work and what you've done in this community and this county. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. It's always, as Bill knows, it's always a pleasure to serve this great county and an honor to do so, and we look forward to that partnership. Thank you, Commissioner. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. I hope I hadn't overlooked anybody. I don't see Angela here, so. Okay, we're going to move on to the agenda items of public hearings. Agenda item number 1, case Z 2024-02.
Good morning, Chairman, Commissioners. Before you is case again Z 2024-02. It's a variance request of 10 feet to the required 25-foot side yard setback. We're asking you to consider the variance based on the requirement set forth in Article 12, Section 1.A.2 of the Chavez County Zoning Ordinance Number 7, Revision 12. Staff discovered that an ex-employee member solely approved a building permit for a new home that violates the 25-foot side yard setback requirement by 10 foot. The new home is constructed on an old 2-car garage concrete pad, and it does have new footings. The new home is currently framed. It has a metal roof and is weatherproofed, but it is under a stop work order by staff. Staff has determined the home is in compliance with all current residential building code requirements. Board approval of a variance is based on exceptional situations, conditions, and hardship. In this case, the situation and hardship was created by staff that approved a building permit for a new home that was too close to the side yard property line. The condition is the home is almost completed and it is not a danger to the adjacent neighbors as there is a 30-foot access easement on the neighbor's property. Also, the neighbor's setback requirements have created a separation of approximately 70 feet between the existing neighbor's homes and the new home. On December 3rd, 2024, the Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval of this case by a vote of 3-0 based on findings of facts 1 through 3, as stated in staff's report. Staff recommends approval.
Any questions for Lewis? Okay, Lewis, this is a public hearing, so is there anyone here that would be to speak in favor of this case? Is there anyone on Facebook? Once again, is anyone here, since it's a public hearing, to speak in favor? Okay, is there anyone here that would speak against it? No one on Facebook. Okay, seeing none, so guess we need a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of the variance application in case Z 2024-02, subject to the findings as stated in the report from P&Z Commission.
Okay. Second. Okay. Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Perry for approval of case Z 2024-02. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 2, to amend the Chaves County Building Code Ordinance number 60. Lewis, you're back up here again.
Yes. Chairman, Commissioners, this is an amendment to the Chaves County Building Code Ordinance number 60, to be known as revision number 5. The proposed amendment includes the necessary state codes to a certified county mechanical and plumbing inspector, fire protection associated with new regulations on solar and battery energy storage facilities, and exemption to the standard building fee for structures used primarily for agricultural purposes. These new codes include the New Mexico Mechanical and Plumbing Codes, the New Mexico Swimming Pool, Spa, and Hot Tub Code, Medical Gas Installation and Certifications, Boilers, National Fire Protection Association 1 Code, Fire Code, the National Fire Protection Association 855, and Underwriters Laboratories 9590 and 9590A. We will be establishing a new fee schedule for our mechanical and plumbing inspection program. We will also increase the single inspection fee for electrical permits from $50 to $60, swimming pools from $75 to $100, and the multiple inspection for electrical from $150 to $170. This is to cover the costs associated with the travel and the necessary books and so on and so forth that we need to keep up with these inspections. Also, we starting fee of $80 for building. We've increased the building permit fee for valuations of $500,000 to $1 million by 25 cents per $1,000, and propose increasing the fee by 15 cents for every $1,000 for valuations over $1 million. Staff recommends approval.
Do I have any questions for Lewis?
Anything in the amended code require installation of electric vehicle charging stations?
No.
Good.
That's already in the existing code. Chairman, Commissioners, there's in a note also the permit fee for structures used primarily for agricultural will be $110. So that you are aware. These are structures that are used for hay barns that will not have electrical facilities, and we did put requirements on it as to agricultural purposes prudent to section 7-36-20 of the property tax code, and it has to be registered with the Chaves County Assessor's Office as agricultural land, which is something that has to be done.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, on that note, and I was looking to make sure that was in there. Thank you for adding that. A couple of years ago, a farmer that lives out in my neighborhood came to me and says, hey, I'm building 3 new hay barns. And hay barns are pretty large barns. And he came back, I was going down, talked to Lewis. I'm not sure if you were here at the time or if it might have predated you, I think. But anyway, he came back to me that afternoon and says, do you know it's going to cost me $2,400 per barn to build those 3 barns for building permits? And that's when we realized that there was something awry here. We want to be able to inspect things to make sure they're built properly, but we also don't want to discourage people from actually following through. Agriculture, of course, is a unique thing. It's not some place they're going to live in. It's a place to stack hay, and that's why we thought this exemption was real important to help our agricultural interests within the county. And again, like Lewis said, he had to do his due diligence to assure that not just anyone could claim, oh, it's an ag building. It has to meet certain requirements in order to do that, but certainly will benefit the farmers and ranchers in our community that do need a structure strictly for doing their agricultural business. Okay. Thank you.
And Chairman, Commissioners, also we will be assessing a fee for the placement of metal containers, that is of $80. This is to assure that they meet the setback requirements and they don't encroach into the front yard setback and make it a hazard for traffic along public roads, or are placed right along the property line where it becomes a dispute between neighbors, and for fire safety code.
Okay, being a public hearing, we need to ask if there's anyone here to speak in favor of him. Louis, I guess that counts to you too, huh? Yes, okay. Technology, we're up here wrestling with it. Anyone here to speak in favor of? Anyone on Facebook? Okay. Anyone here to speak against? Seeing none? Okay. Wait till they get this.
I thought there was something in here they didn't want me to read.
Technical
Yeah.
timeout.
We put you as new building inspector and you don't know it.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of the amendment to Chaves County Building Code Ordinance Number 60.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Taylor for approval of the Chaves County Building Code Ordinance Number 60. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 3. Gotta catch up with you.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Agenda item number 3 is for Agreement A-24-060 between Chaves County and the Boys and Girls Club of Chaves and Lincoln Counties for educational, recreational, and character development services. The Commission awarded $25,000 for the initial term of this agreement to provide recreation and counseling for the youth of Chaves County at the Boys and Girls Club facilities located in Roswell, New Mexico. Agreement A-24-060 is the agreement for these services. Staff recommends approval.
Any questions?
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Taylor.
I move approval of Agreement A-24-060 between Chaves County and the Boys and Girls Clubs of Chaves and Lincoln Counties for educational, recreation, and character development services.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Taylor, second by Commissioner Dana for approval of agreement A-24-060. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, agenda item number 4. Louis, you're back up here again. You're busy today.
Chairman, Commissioners, this is Resolution R 2454, condemnation resolution. Per ordinance 0115, the Chaves County Board of Commissioners shall have the right to act on properties that have failed to correct their public nuisance within the time allocated by staff. Staff has attempted numerous times over the years to resolve these issues with the property owner with no success. Staff recommends approval of this resolution, hereby ordering the condemnation and cleaning of the 8 properties listed in Exhibit A of this resolution that have been determined to be a public nuisance menace to the health, safety, and wellness of the community due to abandoned, unsafe, and dilapidated structures, trash, wreckage, ruins, rubbish, debris, and abandoned and inoperable vehicles. Staff recommends approval.
Commissioners, y'all have any questions for Lewis?
I have a question. I absolutely agree with what's going on here, and I appreciate what you're doing, Louis. But all these ones that say deceased, no family or forwarding address, and then it says the nuisance is abandoned, junkyard debris, stuff like that. What can we do to ensure that that doesn't happen again, or can we? I mean, if the county cleans this up once, our neighbor's going to pile some more stuff up there. How do we have a plan after that?
Yes, we do. We want to definitely make sure that all junkyards, in this case, one, we did find a family member finally in Fort Worth. His name is Sammy Sims. He has very limited accessibility, so he was finally able to get back to us on this particular item. This particular junkyard is a legal non-conforming use that existed prior to 1980 and prior to the New Mexico Beautifications Act, or the U.S. Beautifications Act. With that Beautifications Act, that helps us to control junkyards, recycling centers that are near or within a certain distance of highways. After that, our current regulations and our current ordinances, we hope and we will try hard to make sure that they do not allow these kind of facilities to exist or to operate again, begin operation again. I'm sorry. We continue to evaluate all of our ordinances to assure that regulations are set for these kind of uses.
Thank you, Commissioner Perry. Anyone else?
Mr. Chairman, Lewis, this, I know we've had some heartburn with the public over the years and stuff. You're not just driving around going, oh, let's take over that property. This is a years-long process.
These are year-long process, and Marvin will be the first one to tell you here this afternoon or in a little bit. Number one has been, and Sheriff Harrington, number one has been one of our primary goals. 2 and 3 are something that originally I started working with Judge Mason on. That is over in the Big Apple area. Mr. Sims, we all know about that property. That was something that was put on my plate when I first arrived 5 years ago and needed to be cleaned up. Number 5 is also in that exact location. Number 6 is something that we found 2 years ago, dealing with community solar facilities. And an approved community solar facility, this neighboring property definitely needs to be cleaned up and addressed. Mr. Siegs, number 7, this is if you recall, Atkinson and Guyena, well, this is where they've landed. And so now we got to go deal with that. So, and then Bill Murray's property, if you've ever seen that one, we all know that one's very familiar. It's still up. It's an old wood structured facility or home with a few barns that need to come down before it's already a fire hazard in the neighborhood, and it definitely needs to be torn down.
That's why I'm just, I know we've had some uproar in the past. We're not looking to.
Chairman, Commissioner, no, we are not.
Yeah.
We have tried to work with these property owners.
Right.
And many a times they are limited in funds, and this is the best way for them to deal with the issue.
Right.
Is allow us to go and demo and clean and lean, and then begin a payment process with the county.
Right. And thank you, Lewis, for bringing this to us.
Chairman, Commissioners, as a note, if approved, we will notify the property owners as required by ordinance. And we will also be posting this resolution, or this, yes, the resolution on the site, on the property as well. So we will also be advertising in the newspaper the list of 8 properties. At that time, that's when the 10-day notification begins. They'll have 10 days to appeal this resolution, this condemnation. And if they do appeal, we will set a public hearing time and date for them.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of Resolution R-24054 condemning these 8 properties shown on Exhibit A, or yes, on the exhibit.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Taylor for approval of Resolution R-24-054. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Agenda item number 5, Resolution R-24-55.
Good morning. Resolution R-24-055 is approving changes to personnel charts. This resolution incorporates the renaming of 4 detention clerk positions to Detention Secured Area Clerk, the upgrade of Probate Clerk Deputy from Chart C Level C to Chart C Level D, increasing the entry salary level for Safety Compliance Manager and Chief Appraiser to $59,550.40, increasing all detention lieutenant positions to an entry salary level of $58,988.80, and moving the road tech supervisor position from Chart G to at will. These upgrades are to comply with the increased standard salary level for our salary exempt employees to be made effective by January 1st, 2025. The following positions have been changed from salary exempt to hourly non-exempt, and that is our DWI coordinator, GIS parcel mapper, BOE chief, court compliance supervisor, facility maintenance foreman, building electrical and mechanical inspectors, road foreman, and fleet maintenance supervisor. The position specifications have been updated accordingly for these positions. Chart G starting wages were increased as follows. Chart G level RTS by 6.7%, road maintenance 1, RM1 by 19%, RMW by 2.5%, RM2 by 19%. Purchasing officer, welder, and diesel mechanic are now on level RM2, eliminating the need for level RMP and RFD. Staff recommends approval.
Anyone have any questions for Emma? Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I move approval of Resolution R-24055, which is a mid-fiscal year 2024-25 personnel changes.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Dana for Resolution R-24-055. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 6, Resolution -24-056.
Yes. Agenda item number 6, Resolution R-24-056, is to set salaries for elected officials. The New Mexico Constitutional Amendment 4, the County Officer Salaries Amendment, was approved by the voters on November 5th, 2024. Currently, elected official salaries are set by state statute. Effective January 1st, 2025, the County Commission can now establish elected official salaries commencing at the start of their term. The Chaves County Finance Committee recommended a 10% increase to the current salaries for county commissioners beginning their term on January 1st, 2025, and an 18% increase for the county treasurer and county clerk who begin their term on January 1st, 2025. The recently elected county official salaries are set as follows. County commissioner salary will be $33,215.60. The county clerk's salary will be $89,364.94, and the county treasurer's salary will be $89,364.94. Staff recommends approval.
Any questions or discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Taylor.
I move approval of Resolution R-24-056, setting salaries for elected officials.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Taylor, second by Commissioner Ezell for approval of Resolution R-24-056. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
You're welcome, rookies.
Agenda item number 7, Resolution R-24-057. Alex?
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Commissioners. Agenda item number 7 is for Resolution R-24-057. It's the final disposition for the 2024 road maintenance applications for changes in new road requests. On May 17, 2024, the Chaves County Board of Commissioners gave preliminary approval for the following new roads and allowed for 6 months for them to be brought up to county standards. Resolution R-24-057 is asking for the final disposition of the following. Application number 1 was a road status change, Carrizozo Road, and work was not completed to this point, and staff recommends a denial, although we know that the BLM, and they're here if they need to speak to it, but they're working with some folks out there to come to an agreement. So it is likely that that road will be put back on the 2025 application process. But for now, staff recommends denial on that one. And then...
That was the one up north?
Up north, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Just per our process and policy,
right.
The work was not completed to this point for the end of the year. And then one not listed, of course, to bring it up, application number 2, Sergeant Canyon Road, which is southwest, most southwest in the county. We have reviewed it, and first off, want to say thank you to the BLM on their portion for completing the road to a satisfactory level. Joe West, the road director, and I went out recently and visited, and they've completed the entire stretch. And unfortunately, or however, per the process in May, there was a denied motion made to deny that request for status change during that point in the process. And with the understanding that when the BLM would complete their improvements as they agreed to or proposed, after that we would review, and then now we can enter into an agreement with the landowner along the route and the BLM, allowing the landowner to be able to work at it at his discretion, or we can do it on a yearly basis as well at request for floods. But they've done some improvements to make it to a satisfactory level, make it a little more feasible and practical, taking care of some drainage portions along the route. So that is where we stand with this year's road hearing process.
Any questions for Alex?
I got one. So what we're deciding on today, that easement for that Sargent County Road is there and it's good?
Yes, we've got to turn in that application for the right-of-way to retain the right-of-way on it.
So the easement's ours?
Just per our road hearing process and policy, we aren't taking on the responsibility, but we are taking on an agreement that we can enter with the landowner along the route, giving him the right, and then the BLM.
Okay. Thank you.
Chuck, I don't know if you'd like to add to that?
Would you come up and give us kind of and I appreciate you coming. Yeah, there you go. Man. We read pictures pretty good.
Very visual.
Text always at work.
Chuck, thank you for coming today to do this.
No, I'm glad, and before I dive in, Commissioner Ezell and Commissioner Bilberry, Dara, are you off too? Is this the end of your term?
No, I'm
Okay,
here. You're
good.
stuck
We're-
with me for 2 more years.
Well, that's outstanding. So appreciate your service to the county and very much appreciate the relationship that we maintain and have built through the years. And you're leaving us in good shape and appreciate the time that you've given. So the map I just handed out is the Carrizozo Road. Commissioner Bilberry, you may have to help me with names because I get the rancher at the end of that road wrong.
Olin Borg?
Yeah, and so he's been in contact with us, and it's complicated, folks, and we actually had some misunderstandings because the BLM thought that road was in non-maintained status and still on the county rolls. And so we've got oil and gas, IACX is the current operator in there on some gas wells. And so our rights of ways to IACX were just a short stretch from their wells back to Carrizozo Road. And so when we discovered that it was actually off the county rolls, it kind of, it brought a different light to this subject. So we've got the rancher that desires to have this road maintained. From the BLM's perspective, and I've stood in front of this commission many a times through the years arguing about access to public lands. That was not the driver in this one because it's almost entirely on BLM surface, as you can see. So from Aztec Road, as you work towards the rivers, almost all BLM. So access is not an issue for folks that want to go recreate, hunt, whatever it is in that area, and as well as a rancher. Has access. So the question becomes the condition of the road. So I have reached out with IACX, and I do believe we've got something in the works that's going to be acceptable to all. I can promise, and I can't remember on that map because I gave them all out, but there's a little bit, probably halfway down there, there's a little stretch of road that runs north to a gas well. That's what IACX is on the hook for. But in the meeting, and I appreciate county staff meeting us out there on location and the folks from the road department, it looks like IACX is going to be a pretty good neighbor and try and help them out and bring that road up to standard. The BLM will be looking for material pits that are acceptable in the area to resurface that road, and we'll probably do that in-house. So normally, we work with the county. If it's still a county road, it'd be free use to the county. But since in this case, we're in this transition, we'll just do that internally as BLM use and allow IACX to put that material on the road as needed. And so the idea, IACX will bring that up to standard that we believe the county will accept. We call it our Gold Book standard, similar to the road that Alex just mentioned down in Sargent Canyon. So I think we're a little bit behind the schedule from the 6 months given from the last time you guys touched this, but I do believe we got a good process in the works. And I do think, and I know they're not here, but the folks with that oil and gas company, ICX, they're trying real hard to be a good neighbor, and I think we'll come to a good conclusion on this one. And on the Sargent Canyon Road, that was some rough country, folks. You guys all toured down there, I'm pretty sure, and it's pretty amazing what they got accomplished. So I think if you guys would entertain picking that back up as a county road, it would probably, speaking for the BLM's perspective, that'd be a good thing. And I can't speak for, obviously, the landowner, Mr. Bennett, but I believe he would be in the same boat. But we're in a good spot now. I was talking with Alex before this session started. To where we can go and really with the authorization of that landowner, he can go keep that road going and I believe ask for assistance from the county in the interim period. But that would be my long-term recommendation to the county would be take a look at going ahead and picking that road back up and hopefully Mr. Bennett reapplies to that. And if not, I'm certainly standing here as a representative of the BLM that will work with you any way we can. So, questions?
Anyone have any questions? Chuck, will that Carrizozo Road, will the oil company, will they do it from Aztec all the way to the end of the BLM?
Yeah, I can't hold them to that because, if I were to issue them a new right-of-way, it would only go to their well. So
Right.
it wouldn't go but I believe they've talked with that landowner and I think they've made a commitment, but I can't hold them to that. But I think they're going to be a good neighbor. I really do.
All right. Anyone else have any questions?
No, I'd just like to say thanks for the sergeant, all the work on Sergeant Kenny Road.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I heard there's some pretty good hunting going on down there this year, so.
Yep.
And Mr. Chairman, I wanted to point that out. Alex is not as happy as he lets on because that was his kind of hunting place and no one else could get there before. And
We made
now
it too
he's got
good. Yeah, sorry
competition.
about that.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chuck. Thank you for coming.
Happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Yeah, so from the part you seen where we turned around because it got too rough, Joe and I got to make it all the way to the Lincoln National Forest boundary line, so. Good.
Did y'all drive or walk?
We drove.
Whose vehicle?
We were
I
scared
need
on
to
the way
know.
back, but.
Your vehicle? Okay. I'll note
Okay.
that next time we go on the road here. Exactly.
Any other questions for Alex? Okay.
Chairman, I move approval of Resolution R-24058, 057, the final disposition of the road maintenance applications and new road requests.
I second.
Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Perry for approval of Resolution R-24-057. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Annabelle.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. Agenda item number 8 is Resolution R-24-058, which is a budget adjustment resolution for this fiscal year. We are asking for various items in Exhibit A that's attached to the resolution. Amongst them is an increase in non-expendable items for car wrapping for the Sheriff's Department that was funded by insurance recoveries, an allocation from the American Rescue Plan Act for the construction projects of Red Bridge and Pine Lodge, as well as an increase on the road budget for the remaining amount for those construction contracts. An increase in salaries to account for the changes and adjustments in the new personnel chart and elected officials' pay that was just approved in R-24-055 and R-24-056. An increase in funding for prevention programs under the DWI grant that was supported by an increase in DWI distribution. This was approved in last month's commission meeting. An increase in supplies for expenses for air packs and bunker gear for District 8 Volunteer Fire Department, and also for a special project for the Economic Development Center Corporation for $15,000. You'll see that amount at $65,000, but the $50,000 was originally from the beginning of the fiscal year's contract increase. Staff does recommend approval of Resolution R-24-058.
Any questions?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Taylor.
I move approval of Resolution R-24-058, Budget Adjustment Resolution Fiscal Year 2025.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Taylor, second by Commissioner Ezell for approval of Resolution R-24-058. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, and Merry
Thank you.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Agenda item number 9.
Good morning again. Agenda item number 9 is the request to approve the termination of award to Model 1 vehicle and instead recommend award to Roswell Toyota for option B per ITB 25-03. At the November 14th, 2024 commission meeting, staff recommended approval of option B, which was the wheelchair accessible van to Model 1 vehicle. After the award, but prior to the purchase, it was identified that the Model 1 vehicle's bid had to be deemed non-responsive to the bid requirements, prompting the notice of intent to terminate with Model 1 vehicle. Chaves County staff would like to recommend award of option B to Roswell Toyota in the amount of $103,255.27 per their bid submitted for ITB 25-03. I'll stand for any questions.
Any questions?
What made the bid
You want to know why?
deemed non-responsive?
Yes. So what they submitted in their bid were not the specifications, and when it came to signing the buyer's agreement all of the items that are required were not within, so we had to not.
Thanks.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the termination of award to Model 1 vehicle and recommend award to Roswell Toyota for option B per ITB-25-03.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Ezell for approval of agenda item number 9. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
I didn't think I need to read that again, did
Come on.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, if it's okay, this is other business, and these are just permission to publish. If you will allow me to read agenda item 11 and 10 at the same time, I think it'd save you 30 seconds. Of course, it took me 40
I'm all
seconds,
for saving
40 seconds to describe what I was going to do. Agenda item number 10 is permission to publish for a public hearing regarding a potential low-income tax rebate ordinance. According to Section 7-2-14.3G of NMSA 1978, in every odd-numbered year, the Board of County Commissioners shall conduct a public hearing on the question of whether a property tax rebate benefiting low-income property taxpayers in the county should be made available through adoption of a county ordinance. At the public hearing, the board shall take action on the question, and if a majority votes to adopt an ordinance, it must be adopted within 30 days of the public hearing. The public hearing would take place at 9 a.m. at the January meeting of the Board of Commissioners. Staff recommends approval for permission to publish for a public hearing. And agenda item number 11 is permission to publish for a public hearing regarding clarifications to the Indigent Healthcare Ordinance number 58. And minor clarifications to language in the Indigent Healthcare Ordinance number 58 are needed. At the public hearing, the board would discuss modifying language to clarify and update the existing ordinance. The public hearing would take place at 9 a.m. at the January meeting of the Board of Commissioners as scheduled by the agenda. Staff recommends approval for permission to publish for a public hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Any questions for Bill? Comments? Is there a motion?
If we make a motion, could we put them both together?
Yeah.
Is that what we're saying?
With both of them? Okay.
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve items 10, permission to publish for the public hearing regarding the potential low-income tax rebate ordinance, and agenda item 11, permission to publish for a public hearing regarding classifications to the IHC ordinance number 58.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Perry, and second by Commissioner Taylor for approval of agenda item number 10 and agenda item number 11 as stated. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And item number 12.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Commissioners. Agenda item number 12 is the presentation of the 2025 road hearing schedule for approval request. We request a review and approval of the attached road hearing schedule you have in your packet.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the 2025 Chaves County road hearing schedule.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Taylor to approve the 2025 Chaves County road hearing schedule. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Motion carries. Joe, I'm
One
actually
quick
going to kind
question
of miss
though,
that.
Alex.
Do what?
The 3 days from the 22nd to the 24th for the viewing of the roads, do we have the budget for that many burritos?
We will pick one day, sir.
Okay.
One burrito per person.
Yes.
We may need to share.
Yeah. If you're gonna be gone that day, you better have a couple of extras.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 13 has two parts. We have a lease at a building at 110 East Mescalero Road from Olive Tree Investments, between Chaves County and Olive Tree Investments. And then the county currently subleases the building back to La Casa de Buen Salud for mental health services. The building is no longer needed for these services. As such, the county would like to terminate the sublease with La Casa de Buen Salud and the original lease with Olive Tree Investments. So those lease numbers are A-21050, which is the lease between Chaves County and Olive Tree Investments for the property located at 110 East Mescalero, and the sublease is A-21051 between Chaves County and La Casa de Buena Salud for the lease of the building located at 110 East Mescalero. And Stan and I stand for questions.
Any questions for Bill or Stan?
Mr. Chairman, I move approval to terminate terminate lease A-21-051, a sublease with La Casa Buena de Salud, and B, terminate agreement A-21-050, lease with Olive Tree Investments LLC.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Taylor, second by Commissioner Ezell for termination lease of A-21-051 and terminate agreement A-21-050. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, Stan, we have to stay in that for 90 days, is that correct? On the terms of the...
Yes, the agreement with the cost requires 90-day notice.
Okay.
In March.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 14, Lewis.
Let's do this again.
You're busy.
I was afraid I was going to be the only one on the agenda for a
Well,
while.
you're working today, buddy.
Chairman, Commissioners, this is an update to Charles Noriega's compliance to Agreement A24-004 and Amendment Number 1. Mr. Charles Noriega was given 9 months to remove all vehicles, mobile homes excepting one, recreational vehicles, trash, rubbish, and debris. Also, Mr. Noriega was not to place any new vehicles onto the site, and he was not to engage in any business. And finally, Mr. Noriega was to move all of his junk from Mr. Hellam's property over to the east and construct a fence along the eastern property line. Mr. Noriega instead chose to continue with his business operations. He's added new vehicles to the site and a new RV to the site. He has multiple people living on the site in RVs and continues to use the mobile homes for storage. He continues to violate, staff has no recommendation at this time, but I will pass it over to Steve.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, as you know, we entered into 2 different agreements with Mr. Noriega, and we believe it's appropriate at this time to go ahead and enforce those agreements.
Anyone have any questions? Comments?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we enforce agreement number A-24-004 and take whatever legal action is necessary to make him comply with his agreement.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Perry to enforce agreement A-24-004. Is that correct, Calder?
Yes.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, in accordance with ordinance number 31, when both the chairman and the vice chairman go out of office on December 31st, the Board of Commissioners will elect an interim chairman to serve as the chairman until the first meeting in January, where a chairman will be elected by the new Chaves County Board of Commissioners. At this time, we'd like to ask you to provide us a name to be the interim chairman going from December 31st until that first meeting in January.
Well, since I'm the only one that can make a motion that's going off, it probably, Mr. Chairman, I move that we elect Commissioner Dana as the interim chairman of the Chaves County Commission until the first meeting in the next year.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ezell, second by Commissioner Perry for Commissioner Dana to be.
He was taken aback too.
Well, no, I was just trying to make sure I got it all
Trying to
right.
figure out who my name is?
Yeah, I was working on it.
Commissioner Dede.
Yeah. For interim chairman. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Mr. Chairman, I don't know if I'm supposed to vote for this.
Well, you don't oppose it.
No. Yes, I will.
Okay,
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chairman and Madam Chairman.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Appreciate both
Mr.
of you.
Chairman. Thank you, Commissioner, I appreciate it.
Okay. Move on to approval of checks.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner
I
Taylor.
move approval of checks of $2,623,999.40.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Taylor, second by Commissioner Dana for approval of checks. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Approval of reports.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve reports.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dana, second by Commissioner Taylor for approval of reports. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. We'll move to the unscheduled communications that are limited to 3 minutes per visitor, not to exceed 15 minutes. No formal action will be taken by the commission.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners.
Yes.
This time I'd like to invite, if there's somebody in the public, I believe, there was a few folks concerned, or a group of folks concerned on the corridor and the intersection of US 285 and Darby Road.
Okay.
November 19th, I attended a public meeting that the DOT put on to address the concerns and present a little bit of the study they've done at that intersection. And so I think at this time, if you don't mind, if we can let the public go first, if there's anybody from the public.
Yes. Yeah, and I'll waive the 3 minutes on that if you want to talk about that.
Thank you, Chairman.
Yeah, on Darby Road, it concerns you, yeah.
If anybody from the public wants to speak on the Darby Road intersection concern. If not, then I will bring up the DOT, District 2 office. They want to present a letter and apologize them for sitting for the whole meeting, but
Okay.
appreciate
Sorry
it.
about that.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us. This is Robert Baker. He is our traffic engineer, and he is the one that did one of the traffic studies for that intersection, and we did have a public meeting. Do you want to talk a little about that and what is happening with the intersection?
Sure.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, County Commissioners. My name is Bobby Baker. I'm the District 2 traffic engineer. As a result of the meeting that Alex mentioned, we proposed, and we have done several things to improve the safety of that intersection. And one of the proposals that we have is to install street lighting to help improve nighttime visibility. Francisco Sanchez, he's the District 2 engineer. He prepared a letter and that Candace is going to read on his behalf.
So this is a letter from Mr. Sanchez. He cannot be here today, but he asked that we read his letter. Dear Honorable Commissioners, I am writing to address a critical safety concern at the intersection of Darby Road and US 285, which has tragically claimed the lives of community members from Dexter and Midway. The families affected by these losses have expressed their deep concern and requested that the New Mexico Department of Transportation investigate potential solutions to improve safety at this location. New Mexico DOT District 2 has concluded several traffic studies, including a study to determine if a traffic signal would be warranted at the intersection. Unfortunately, the intersection did not meet the federal and state criteria required for the installation of a traffic signal. However, speed studies conducted indicate that many vehicles passing through this area are traveling at speeds well above the posted speed limit. This excessive speed significantly reduces the decision-making time for drivers crossing US 285 from Darby Road. To address this, New Mexico DOT has installed flashing beacons on the intersection and warning signs to enhance awareness of the location. We are respectfully reaching out to our law enforcement agencies in the area to help enforce the posted speed limits. In our experience, law enforcement presence is the most effective deterrent to speeding, and we kindly request the assistance of the Chaves County Sheriff's Department in this matter. Additionally, District 2 is pursuing the installation of roadway lighting at this intersection. Lighting at intersection has been proven to significantly reduce nighttime accidents. For New Mexico DOT to move forward with this installation, however, a power and maintenance agreement with the local government entity is required. Chaves County has consistently been a strong partner with New Mexico DOT, and we are hopeful that the county will continue this collaboration by entering into the necessary agreement for this improvement. As we work together to enhance the safety of Chaves County roads that intersect U.S. and state highways, I would like to express my sincere appreciation for the ongoing support of the Chaves County Commissioners and the Chaves County Manager. Your continued partnership is vital as we strive to make Chaves County and its surrounding communities a safer and better place to live. And that is signed by Mr. Francisco Sanchez.
Thank you.
Is there any questions or
Any
concerns?
other questions or comments?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to comment that working with our local DOT office with Francisco, Mr. Baker especially has been very instrumental in helping us to put together a solution to this problem. I want to thank them.
Thank you for coming and being patient, too. Okay.
Are we going to get that on next month's agenda so that it can?
No,
so
it's
we can
just
actually take action?
It's an administrative function. We already have
Okay.
several agreements with the DOT on the intersections, and they have a patent or a boilerplate contract. with
Okay,
us.
perfect.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right. Anyone here from the public wants to talk? You raised your hand. Come up and give your name and your address, please.
Good morning. My name is Tom Gomez. I live on 25 Ambush Road in Dexter, New Mexico. I sent the letter to Heath from the State Hazard Immigration Flood Conversion. I think he said he communicated with you guys. Is that true?
Yes, we've seen.
Have y'all been in communication?
Yes.
Okay. So are we going to continue and have an evaluation done with this area about this flood going on, especially on Ambush Road and Orchard Park Road?
Orchard Park.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, did you want to speak to this, Alex, or you want me to? Oh, okay. We have ongoing, and Brian may be a good person to talk to as well. We are working currently with NRCS and others to prepare some sort of a flood evaluation so that we can take a look at where all the different points of contention are and determine if there are things we need to do in addition to what has already been in place. Plus, we also need to assess the damage that was done to the many structures along the way and are working towards getting those back up to shape and improvements where we can and where necessary.
I noticed on your 24 annual report that there's nothing there on the Orchard Park Road for doing culverts and adding more culverts through the 285 highway to let the water go through. Apparently, y'all need to reevaluate that. Maybe because I didn't see anything in his assessment to go back to Orchard Park Road and put culverts and make the water flow faster. Apparently, on 21, there was a flood then, and apparently there was something done. Apparently, there was something in the meetings here, and nothing was. There was supposed to be some funding done or to put culverts, and nothing ever evaluated out of that.
Okay. Well,
We can't work on 285.
That was it?
That's not ours.
Oh, no, I understand. Okay, but so we go to the state. Can we do something to help the state to push that through? DOT?
They're sitting right there.
Well, he's here, so we can get
There you
them, get him involved. Maybe we can look at that because it apparently doesn't have enough water, enough culverts to let the water go through. And it's holding it back.
And if you ask our flood commissioner, they're gravity-wise, they're going the wrong direction.
Right.
That they're not engineered correctly, but yes,
Yeah,
all of that.
they're not the way they should be. I can see that. I mean, that's by the way the water's retaining. And the other thing we need to find out is what's diverting the water back towards Orchard Park Road. Apparently, there's a picture in there where the water is coming back from the east, but it's not showing anything where it's coming from. Apparently, it's being diverted to our area from something else is causing it. I know there's a lake up there. There's actually 2 lakes and a big reservoir up there that need to be reevaluated. Juan Lake, Antelope Lake, and another reservoir on Brown Ranch. That's really huge. It's retaining water and holding back, and maybe the water is being retained back, and when it lets go, it creates a flood towards our way, diverted this way. So I'd like to have this on the agenda for the next time, to maybe we can get something evaluated, and maybe we could put something on the annual report to get it, something done on the Covics on Orchard Park Road.
You can visit with that gentleman right there.
Yeah. So we can get something evaluated and done on that. Apparently there was supposed to be, something was supposed to be done on 21, but we haven't seen anything happen yet.
Okay.
Brian, would you like to speak to any of it, Brian?
Hello, Brian, Chaves County Flood Commission. The area in question is an uncontrolled drainage area between Tumbleweed Draw to the north and 13 Mile Draw to the south. There's no flood control structures, nothing man-made that diverts the water down Orchard Park Road. Heath at DHSEM, I won't try to pronounce his last name, is in the very early stages of trying to get a project started with FEMA for a hydrologic study. And this area is going to be included. We visited last week, showed you the map. I mean, it's unfortunately just a natural drainage area. I didn't mention that in my annual report because of how early we are in the process.
And that will take some time to get that done, correct?
That's correct. He has to get the project approved first, and then the actual study, as wide-ranging as it is, it could take years.
So one thing as part of this disaster incident that FEMA has allowed, I don't know if it's new rules or anything, but there's a new mitigation component that we were exploring. And like you said, we reached out on the very first week to start this mitigation of a regional study, you know, a little something larger scale for the west side of town that hopefully we can get going and take place while all the repairs and everything's getting back put into place on. And so mitigation would be what projects, what improvements can be made going forward, so we don't
And
have
that's
another
across the
incident.
entire county, not just a specific
Correct.
area. That's countywide.
That's countywide, and obviously where all the flooding came from on the west side of the county. So we're hoping to enter with some of these agencies, maybe multiple agencies, for a larger study.
Thank you, Brian.
But again, before you step away, I've been had multiple contacts with the residents, especially of West Orchard Park Road, and there is a feeling that the water that got them was because of a controlled release from a reservoir. And I just want you to clarify on the record that that is not the case.
That is not the case, Commissioner. The water that came out of the reservoir on the Brown Brothers Ranch went northeast. The water that came down 13 Mile Draw and the other Zuber dams went southeast.
And there's actually not a reservoir on Brown Brothers, it's just third diversion.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah.
And the water that came through Orchard Park came from an uncontrolled drainage area.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Mhm.
And thank you for your comments.
Okay, well, I'd kind of like to see some evidence on this. Could he get us photos of, apparently he was on a helicopter, right, taking pictures? Could we see photos of the area from where the uncontrolled water came from?
You'd need to get with
Yeah.
Mr. Brown.
Yeah, if you,
And then,
I'm sure
okay,
Brian will be happy to meet with you and show you the same mapping evidence that he showed me.
okay. Now, according to Heath, now, it was not, our area has never been considered a flood zone through FEMA. That's why we requested for him to do an evaluation on it, because it is not a flood zone, has not been for 30 years or so. So maybe we can see what
Sure
we can
has
get
been
some.
wet though, hasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
So, and maybe in addition, we can see what maybe they are gonna, is there something we can do to start working on Orchard Park and maybe help the Colvix put in there or something for the drainage? At least get something started on that? I mean, that's part of his annual report, right? Do we need to get with him also? To add it to the
Well,
agenda, or how's that work?
And we need to work through the state to get culverts under 285.
Yes, definitely.
Because we don't need culverts on Orchard Park, my understanding. We need culverts taking
Relief.
the water east.
Well, it still needs some kind of relief through, I mean, there's no ditches or anything for the water to keep it off the road for safety. So we do need to keep the water off the road so it'll go through across, right? We want a safety first, keep the water off the road. Is that not correct?
Yes.
I think he's saying the road to dam now, right?
No, the highway, 285
The
is
highway
the
is a
dam.
dam. The highway is a dam, but.
Orchard Park Road.
Orchard Park Road is the.
In between the fences is the river.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Your name and your address, please.
My name is Michael Gomez. I reside on 39 Ambush Road, Dexter. In 2021, I asked the county commissioners to get with the state and federal in regards to the drainage of 285. In 2021, 285 south of Darby was closed because water was overflowing, caused a lot of emergency vehicles from going through. I will also ask the county commissioners to review the drainage on Highway 2 between Midway and Dexter and on south to improve the drainage system to keep the water off the road. Since then, nothing has been done. There's a lot of times where vehicles have hydroplaned on Highway 2. Here recently, 285 was closed because not enough drainage on 285. So I'm kind of like we're repeating ourselves. Addressed this issue in 2021. Also addressed the issue about drainage on county roads. If you go east on Highway 2, the farm roads are very well maintained. I don't know if this is the county or the farmers, but if it's the farmers that are doing that, they need to be reimbursed for their effort to keep the roads safe. But anything south of Crossroads, You travel any county road, there's very little to no drainage system on these county roads. And I asked this in 2021, and here I am again, and it seems like I'm going on deaf ears here to get something done. Especially on Highway 2 and 285 when we have a lot of rain. It puts a burden on the county sheriff and other emergency agencies to be on standby or be prepared to go and rescue somebody because the roads are over flooded. Even when we have minimal rain, it still causes a problem. So I'm just asking that maybe something this time after this flood can be done. Even today, if you travel on south of 285, you come across the drainage system guardrail right before you get to Orchard Park Road. There's still, that the state has not removed telephone poles that are trapped on the guardrail. And so anyway, that is my concern. I'd like to have some of this taken into consideration, especially it would help the emergency responders a lot to prevent these accidents that take place.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your time.
Anyone else? Yes, ma'am. Your name and your address, please.
So my name is Jeanette Schaefer, and I'm at 11 Two Sticks Road. And I want to thank you for hearing us, by the way. And I know Commissioner Edsel has done a lot in the past for 2021. And so I was in both floods, and the first one was very devastating. I lost livestock. I'd put up all that. I'd just gotten my property, all my fencing up, and for me, I have to do it in stages because I don't have a lot of money. All my fencing, my property damage, everything, is a huge loss. And so then I finally put up my second fence. And, all that time, effort, doing it in stages, and I finally got my 10 acres of fencing up. And then we got hit by this flood. And then I lost a lot of animals. And that was, to me, they're pets, and it was very devastating. So I know you guys have looked into it, and I know it's a difficult situation. But just when you're in it, because when you're in it and you have this massive flood slamming into you, I had my granddaughters with me, and they were 3 years old and 3 months old. And when you call 911, and when 911 can't respond, that's a pretty unsettling feeling. So we just had to, live through it. So I'm just putting it out there. It's not just Ambush Road, Two Sticks Road, as well, in that entire area. I know it's been looked at, and I know the flood commissioner is, doing what he can, but if there's just anything that could be done, I'm just pleading with you that, please, whatever we can do. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Good morning again. I just wanted to come up. My name is Angelo Groulet, 3402 Highland Road, and retiring from Chaves County. But I just wanted to come up and tell everybody I appreciate working here, and I really enjoy this place very much, and I hope more people come to work for this place. I want to thank all of you, Bill, Stan, giving me chances, especially Joe and my wife, and get a little emotional, because this has been my family for 23 years.
Yeah.
Just thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Ezell.
I move that we let him keep the shirt.
I'll second that.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Commissioners, I am Charlotte Andrade. I have been here, #1 St. Mary's Place, for 23 years. And I just want to say it's been a pleasure working with everyone. I've seen a lot of commissioners come through, as well as department heads and staff. It's been really wonderful working. with everyone, and I do want to acknowledge my staff. You know, we have done an exceedingly wonderful job in maintaining our collections. Our 10-year average, you know, is over 99%. I think that's remarkable. This year, we have collected already 60% of our tax roll, which is about $22 million. And I can tell you, it was a rough one. We had lines extending throughout the door every day, all day long. So I want to acknowledge my staff. And Chanel is coming in as your new treasurer, and I think she will be remarkable. She's going to, you know, she has a great team behind her, and that would be Crystal, Megan, Rosalba, and Michelle. They are exceptional at what they do, and I know they're going to do well for Chanel. So I just wanted to thank you. And it is bittersweet. You know, I enjoy working here. I've worn many, many hats over the years. I've, you know, been fire services and community development director, written your grants, your ICIP, and I've done your legislative work, worked with Stan very closely. And I just wanted to say thank you, and I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Anyone else? Okay. Before we do the county manager's communications, I need to let everybody know something here that maybe you don't know. But this last week at the New Mexico Cattle Growers Association, Bill was awarded, and I'm going to butcher this because Calder probably said it better than I am, but Elondo Siprafai Ali Award, which is a very prestigious award in the New Mexico cattle growers, and what that means is always helping there, and I believe it's Latin, if that's what that is. And Bill has done a tremendous amount of work for the county and for New Mexico cattle growers and for all those involved in agriculture and beyond. And this award was awarded to him last week through New Mexico cattle growers, and very much appreciated and very much deserved. So. Now you're up, Bill.
Thank you. That was a great award. I've been practicing saying it, but I could butcher it too if you'd like.
Well, I just butchered it up, but anyway.
I have some comments from Rita Kane Dorhofer, and she's probably online, so I don't want to forget making comments for Rita. I told her I'd be happy to do it. She said, "Dear Bill, I will not be at Thursday's meeting as I have a doctor's appointment in another state. But I wanted you and the commissioners to know what the different departments in the county have been helping with during the last month. One, the road department put a roll-off in the courthouse parking lot for the tree lighting and the electric light parade events. Thank you. Number two, the Midway and Sierra Fire Department stepped up and helped with the Roswell High School State Championship football team to be honored in the electric light parade. It was a last-minute need, and Tim Fuller and Tyler Ford made it happen. Kudos to them and the men that drove the fire trucks." And she put a smiley face with heart eyes. Number three, the Facility Maintenance Department, Joe, helped keep Chaves County beautiful, pick up 4 benches at a farm on the east side of town. Number four, throughout the year, I received help from the clerk's office, finance office, assessor, treasurer, Jessica, planning and zoning, the sheriff, IT, 911, and the people on your side of the building. Proud resident of Chaves County, Rita Kane Dorhofer from narrow, unstriped, marked road. I'm sure I've missed, she didn't actually write that, but I knew that it was a requirement, so wanted to be sure I got it on there. But thank you for the kind words about the award. It was really a shock. It's really a prestigious award. I was really surprised, and I really think that Commissioner Bill Berry probably was just getting even for all the deception last year when he was Cattleman of the Year and we had to keep it secret but provide some stuff. I think he was just paying me back. But thank you to New Mexico Cattle Growers. It's a wonderful award, and I'm going to rededicate myself to doing a better job for, you know, I reach out, I work with a lot of the counties, but I'm going to try even harder. So thank you for that. I want to announce we're going to have a swearing-in ceremony on December 31st at 10 a.m. Judge Carson is going to be doing the swearing in. It seems like everyone's going to be able to make it, and of course, they have to make it if they want to be commissioners, et cetera, next year. So we're looking forward to seeing you then and there. I want to thank Stan. Stan always helps us with a lot of stuff, but this month, it seems like we've had a lot of legal questions for Stan, so he's earned his keep for sure. And this, you know, it might have been the 11th hour, but man, you brought it home this month. Thank you very much. Alex, of course, did a good job with the road hearings. This is all new to him. He made it all the way through. He's got a new schedule going, and he's done a really good job, and he's been able to reach out to the communities and do what he needs to do with them and make sure everybody understands the process and get it done. And he's doing a great job there. We've been sharing our commission chambers with the city. They had their first meeting here last Tuesday. Is that right, Will? Thursday. And just want to say it was a quick meeting, perhaps the quickest meeting I've ever seen at the city council. And I think that Jeff is rubbing off on him. They must have sat in his chair or something, because it was only a couple hours long. It was pretty good. The last thing I'd like to say is, you know, we thanked our staff today for all the great stuff they did, the longevity. All that comes from the top down, I think. I think that the commissioners, the leadership that we've had, not just this year, but in the future, we're going to have some other new good commissioners. In the past, we've had exceptional commissioners. Seems like our commission always seems to row in the same direction. All of our people work together for the common good of our county, and it's much appreciated. And like I say, it really shows up when you have staff that sticks around and does such good work. Thank you all for all you do for us. We appreciate it.
Bill, thank you. You're welcome. Commissioner Perry.
Well, I don't know how I follow those two, but I'll try. To some of the public comments about the evacuations and what happened in the rain, I want to thank the county and all the first responders for doing their due diligence. It was a tough deal. I went to a fire board meeting with Mr. Palomano, and it said that dispatch came in at like 10 o'clock, and there were 408 calls behind for emergency services. 408 calls behind. That's amazing that there was that many people that needed help, and to some of the people that commented here, we still came together as a county and brought it all to where it needed to be. So thank you for that. It also leads to the professionalism that the agency has. You know, I work for two other state agencies, and I can say that this one is head and shoulders above the rest, above the state land office and the Game and Fish Department on procurement and the way they do business and the way receipts get handled. And it's amazing the job you guys do. So that, again, that goes to the professionalism also that Bill has, and probably the two commissioners that were leading exhibit most of the time. I mean, they're pretty good guys. And to that point, I wanted everybody to notice I wore a blue shirt today and bring the blue shirt.
I noticed that.
And I cleaned off my black cowboy hat there. And Mr. Azell noticed it just as he walked in. So this is a tribute to you two. You two are blending into me just a little bit. I'm going to try to be nicer to people, though. But thank you for doing what you did. I appreciate you guys showing me the ropes for the next 2 years. So I've been playing rope-a-dope, but now I'm going to get in it. So thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Looks like he's trying to be the second most handsome. What was the phrase?
I will say that's the first meeting I went to. I went to the where Bill received his award, and it's neat to see those things. It's really neat to see people get those awards, and they're genuinely surprised at them. That was also the first meeting I've been to in a long time that Jeff didn't get an award, which was odd, but I guess, I don't know, maybe he's aging. I'm not sure what happened there, but he didn't get one. I couldn't believe that. And for a little shout out to the Roswell High Coyotes for winning the state championship, and I was in the field. I got to listen to the game on a high point on a hill, and I wanted to just say that Mr. Palomano's son is a quarterback. And if you listen to the game, you wouldn't know that because the Artesia guy calls it Palomino, and it's not Palomino. He's not a horse. He's Palomano.
It is. It is excellent.
So, thank you to that. And with that, I'll rest.
Thank you, Commissioner Perry. Commissioner Taylor.
I'd like to start by thanking all our staff. And I think it's a tribute to our staff. When I watched as the presentation of the longevity awards were for 5, 10, et cetera, it shows the stability, and I think it also shows a great leadership that we have amongst the department heads. Thank you, all of you. And, you know, as I noticed the number of deputies receiving awards, and keeping our deputies and having a staff of deputies that have years of service, I think goes a long way, Mike, and that's a tribute to your department and a tribute to all our departments where we have the longevity. I'd like to say it's been a pleasure to serve with Jeff and Calder. They've been great to work with. I miss you guys, but you've done a great job with this commission, and it's been a pleasure to work with you. I look forward to our new commissioners. I'm sure we're going to have some challenges. But I noticed, you know, we got 3 with black hats, and then Darren and I, we don't have it. We must be the good guys with the white hats, right? At least I got the hair to match. But anyways, I just want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a very happy and prosperous New Year.
Thank you, Commissioner Taylor. Commissioner Dana.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I too want to thank our staff. We've had, everybody said, you know, challenges. This flood included, you know, we've had flooding before, but this was pretty wild, and it was pretty wild out at my house. And I'd like to say thank you to dispatch. I was one of the ones that called freaking out at 2 o'clock in the morning going, I think I need to evacuate. And they said, no, you stay where you are because everything was flooded. So thank you to our dispatch.
They must have recognized your voice.
They did. They did. And road department, thank you very much. I mean, you know, you guys were in a challenge too with my road. My road, Cherokee, was another one that flooded, and never seen water like that. I do not want to live near a river. That's nope, not on my bucket list whatsoever. I'm done with water. I want my desert back. Thank you to Charlotte. Charlotte, we had a great conversation about people who have not received their tax bills. And thank you for going. She went all the way to the governor's office trying to find out any way possible of helping those flood victims and their taxes. Just imagine you're not even living on your property or in your home, but your tax bill comes in. Still got to pay all that stuff. So thank you, Charlotte, for what you did. I know it wasn't the outcome you wanted to hear, but maybe we can resolve that with this next 60-day session. And hopefully your affiliates might have taken that question up for this next session. But thank you to everybody, our staff. You know, we had staff that was affected, and thank you for doing what you did. This was a challenging time. This was a challenging year, but it will take many, many years to recover from this. This is just the beginning. We're going to see it for many years. Hopefully, as my dad always said, did you learn from this? And I think we have learned from this. So I think we'll learn from it, learn what we need to do, mistakes that were made, and go on from here and just be bigger and better than ever. Thank you, Michael, and your staff for everything that you do out at the detention center. We appreciate that. Thank you, Cindy, for elections, wonderful elections, and thank you to your staff, too, and all of your volunteers. And Annabelle, thank you very much. I always call her with questions, and I'm a challenge, so thank you for putting up with me. And thank you to Jeff and Calder. It's been fun. We've enjoyed it, and hopefully you'll move on to bigger and better things. I know Calder's going to be up in Santa Fe quite a bit, so thank you. Appreciate it, and Merry Christmas to everyone.
Thank you, Commissioner Dana. Commissioner Ezell.
I'm going to try to keep this short. I'm not going to be repetitive. It's weird. I guess it is
human nature for those who are being termed out of office, especially an office that they have loved, to feel like they're quitting before they've finished their work. And I didn't realize how that was going to sink in on me until recently. But I know I have the utmost confidence in the two incoming commissioners, Cliff and Hub. I know that Chaves County is a well-oiled machine, and it will keep running because of all of you people, regardless who's got their hands on the wheel. Bill, it has been wonderful working with you, and you are right in saying that the excellence comes from the top down, because you are the glue that holds this together. You are the inspiration for all of the department heads to beat their goals, and you do an incredible job. To my fellow commissioners, present and past, I have thoroughly enjoyed working with you. We know we have the best county clerk's office in the state. We know we have the best sheriff's office in the state. These guys up here apparently know what they're doing. I can't imagine what I would ask for if I wanted to make a change at the detention center. Mike and his staff, it's in the best hands it could possibly be in. Brian, you've got a hell of a job in front of you. Joe, the road department always is over the top. Charlotte, thank you for your 23 years service to this fine oiled machine, like I said. Stan, same to you. Your dedication to this county goes back a long ways. Alex, we are so lucky to have found you, because your first year has been curveball after curveball. But I think the most joy I have gotten from this job is watching Annabelle evolve from a timid little girl that used to follow Joe Cedillo around into the strong, powerful, and brilliant young woman she is today. And for whoever replaces me on the Finance Committee, I would plead with you to listen to what she and Lucia tell you. They are highly professional, they are financial wizards, and they are administrative wizards. And they have had to deal with the American Rescue Plan, the Inflation Reduction Act, and after cutting their teeth on that, now we're giving them FEMA. And for that, I apologize. But to my replacement on the Finance Committee, you have no idea what you're looking at. Joe has already done a great job in assessing the infrastructure damage from the recent weather events, and it is tens of millions of dollars. Brian is working and can't possibly come up with a number yet, but the number he could come up with is that we have lost over 100 million cubic yards of material from our flood control structures. So anytime anything comes before the Finance Committee and it's a dollar amount that somebody wants, call Brian and find out how much sand and gravel that would buy before you make your decision. I just want to thank everybody. When you take on any job, and you know it's of a limited duration, your goal is, I think Jeff and I talked about this eight years ago, let's see if we can leave it a better place than we found it.
Yep.
I'm afraid to say I don't think that right now, but the opposite is true. Working with all you wonderful people has made me a better person and a better lawyer. And it is because of my association with all of y'all. And I want you to know that I consider the past 8 years to be the highlight of my professional career. Sit down.
Yes, sir.
Wow, 8 years. I don't know where it went so fast. To all my sitting commissioners and past commissioners, I see one sitting over there. And all the, it has been my privilege and honor to serve with you guys. It's never been a job for me. It's been a roll your sleeves up and get busy. And the brilliant minds that sit in these rooms and in these meetings and the things that all the tasks that were set before us, we resolved them all. Some are still ongoing, some will always continue to go, but this county is so blessed to have this type of talent and people that care. And it's just been my privilege to work with each and every one of you. I've learned from every one of you. Iron sharpens iron, and you guys sharpened on me a lot. And as Calder mentioned, this has been a highlight of my career, and I've worn many hats and many things, and this one here's at the very top. And being able to serve this county and serve the people of this county, and being able to, I believe, Calder, we did leave it better because of the people that are sitting in this room. We've saw a lot of changes. When I came on, Stan was county manager and patient with me. And then Bill became county manager, and the transition with that, we've saw a lot of transitions. And it's always amazed me how everyone that's connected with this county, works for this county, works with the county, elected or employee, pulls the same direction. And in the end, everybody's pulling the same direction. And it says a lot. It says a lot for the people of this county, and says a lot for the integrity of the people that live here and all the hard work. There's so much more to being part of this county, and I didn't have any idea till I got as a county commissioner how many moving parts there were. And there's a tremendous amount of moving parts, and it's a well-oiled machine. And if there's one part in the machine that goes to have a little trouble, someone steps up and makes sure that gets fixed. And I'm sure there's a lot of things that us as commissioners don't know that gets done, and it's amazing that you guys keep it moving forward. And I want to thank each and every one of you for allowing me to be here, and that also the friendships that I've gained out of this. Some of you I've known a long time, but even before I became commissioners and had relationships, but it's the relationships when you leave here and the friendships that you have that continue on. That I pray and ask that God blesses each and every one of you, that He keeps His hand on you and your family and on this county. And with that, we're going to adjourn. Thank you.
Use the.
I guess.